Homebody, thank you so much for performing today. That was fantastic.
Thanks,
Chris.
First off, could you introduce yourselves?
I'm Eric Nato.
And I'm Haley Morgan.
And tell me, first off, how you guys got started playing together.
We met at Hampshire College back in 2006, and we fell in love. And then, I don't know, Eric had always been making music, but I wanted in on it. And so we started putting our forces together.
Yeah.
But it took a while to like figure out the right formula. I'd never been in a band before, so it was a lot of experimentation of the right feelings and effects and delivery and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So you said 06 you guys started?
Well, so the band started in like 2011.
That's when we started as a loving union.
It's an entity.
Yeah.
But 8 years, I think that's a pretty significant achievement for a band. And
Totally.
how have you guys evolved as songwriters, as creators of music during that time?
I'd say we trust ourselves and each other a lot more.
Yeah, music, the Homebody plays such a large role in our lives because we work really hard on it, so it's just kind of the times that whatever things that we go through in our own lives and our own experiences kind of weave their way into the music, as you know, most artists I would think. But we push ourselves to try and do different stuff, even though we've been using I've been using these machines for like 20 years, so.
But I'd say after so long of like knowing each other and making music together, it's become more personal. Like, I think what you were saying is like it's become, now that it's such a part of our life, I think it's a little bit more intuitive, and we're taking more risks and being like more authentic because now we know what we can do. Where I think in the beginning maybe we were like, this would sound cool. Let's, I don't know. Now we have more of like a confidence in our own vision.
Gotcha. And how's the overall sound evolved? Has it changed in any way, or?
I feel like it's more lush, and I feel like it's also less dancey than it used to be. I feel like when we started, we were like the party dance band.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not the right person to ask that. It'd be somebody who listens to Homebody, because I constantly am listening to it, so I'm like, I have no perception of what it actually sounds like.
It seems like the music you played today, some of it was kind of introspective. It kind of had this sort of, uplifting kind of moodiness to it. That was really, it hits you in the heart.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Mission accomplished.
There you go. I understand you guys have a new record coming out, Spiritus?
Yes.
I'd like to ask you a little bit more about that.
Spiritus, we've been working on it for over 3 years, and it's 8 songs, and it's a departure from our other releases in the way that we really slowed down the process of recording, so we were able to let it sit and be able to have more perspective with it, and we also did a lot more background vocals and supportive synths, which we hadn't really done in our other recordings quite as much as this one.
Yeah, we just wanted to have a record that we, at the end of the recording process, didn't have to convince ourselves that we liked it, which is, I don't know, that might not make sense to people who, anybody who's recorded a record, I think, might relate in the way that when you're done recording, you book the studio time and you're done, and then you make these sacrifices that you're being on a budget. This sounds good, right? This sounds good, and this is good.
Good enough. It's good enough.
This is good enough. And at the end of this one, we wanted to be able to have as little of that as possible and be able to be totally satisfied with and feel like it represented us. So we really slowed the process down, and we did most of the work at our own house, like all of this stuff, all the synths, and then we demoed out all the vocals and then all the support tracks, and then we went to the studio and did all the vocals. So it was really like we spent a lot of time on it, as opposed to that's just not how we work. We don't.
Yeah, we've never worked hard on anything in our lives.
Yeah, I've never worked hard a day in my life.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I feel like especially exciting that it's almost out, the 26th.
So we took time to actually work on this thing, I guess. Yeah.
And last question: where's the how did the name for your band come about? How did you choose that?
We like spitball a lot of stuff. Me and Haley and I just back and forth like about the name. So the name was like we're just like writing things down, you know, and how anybody does. And
I think it came from that place though of like finding comfort. Less from like, you know, staying on the couch in pajamas and watching TV. Like we hadn't thought about homebody one word like that really. We were definitely always homebody 2 words.
2 entities.
So that I don't know, it's a little bit more activated, and I think we've always tried to push our edges of comfort, and so calling ourselves homebody makes it feel like we can stand wherever we like end up. You know?
Okay. Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Conceptually, it's. I think that once you choose a name for a band that you're going to work on for a long time, you come up with this name, and then you're in some ways you're like, oh, is that the right decision? You know, and I think over time it's really grown on us. Yeah, I feel good about it.
I feel good about it.
You feel good about it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, you feel good about it?
I feel good about it.
Okay.
Hope good.
Well, thanks so much for performing for this interview.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for having us.